Top 25 Solution Engineer Interview Questions and Answers. Solution engineer interviews test both technical knowledge and communication skills. Employers want to know if you can understand customer problems, explain complex solutions clearly, work with sales teams, and connect product features to real business value. A strong solution engineer is not just technical, they are also confident, practical, curious, and customer-focused. In this guide, you will find 25 common solution engineer interview questions with strong sample answers. These answers are written to help you show problem-solving ability, technical confidence, communication skills, and the ability to support customers during demos, discovery calls, implementation discussions, and technical decision-making. 1. Tell me about your experience as a solution engineer. A strong answer should connect your technical background with customer-facing experience. You can say that you have experience understanding client requirements, translating business problems into technical solutions, and supporting sales or implementation teams. Mention that you enjoy working with both technical and non-technical stakeholders, because a solution engineer must explain complex ideas in a simple way. Also highlight your ability to run product demos, answer technical questions, identify customer pain points, and recommend solutions that fit the customer's goals instead of only promoting features. 2. What does a solution engineer do? A solution engineer acts as the bridge between the customer's business needs and the company's technical solution. The role includes understanding customer challenges, asking discovery questions, designing solution approaches, delivering demos, explaining product capabilities, and supporting the sales team with technical expertise. A good solution engineer does not just explain features, they show how the solution solves a real problem. They also help handle objections, provide technical documentation, work with product or implementation teams, and build trust with customers throughout the buying process. 3. How do you understand a customer's technical requirements? I start by asking clear discovery questions about the customer's current process, pain points, goals, systems, users, and success criteria. I avoid jumping into a solution too quickly, because missing the real problem can lead to a poor recommendation. I also confirm whether the requirement is technical, operational, financial, or compliance-related. After listening carefully, I summarize my understanding back to the customer to make sure we are aligned. Then I map the requirements to the most relevant solution features and identify any gaps early. 4. How do you explain a complex technical solution to a non-technical customer? I explain complex technical solutions by focusing on the customer's business problem first, not the technical details. I use simple language, examples, diagrams, and real-life comparisons when needed. Instead of saying only what the system does, I explain why it matters to them. For example, I might say, "This automation reduces manual work and helps your team respond faster." I also check for understanding during the conversation and invite questions. My goal is to make the customer feel confident, not overwhelmed. 5. How do you prepare for a product demo? Before a demo, I first research the customer's company, industry, goals, and pain points. Then I review notes from discovery calls and identify which features are most relevant to their needs. I create a demo flow that tells a story instead of showing random features. I also prepare sample data, expected questions, possible objections, and backup plans in case something goes wrong. A successful demo should feel personalized, practical, and focused on value. I always aim to show how the product solves their specific problems. 6. What would you do if a product demo fails during a live call? If a demo fails during a live call, I stay calm and professional because customers watch how you handle pressure. I would briefly acknowledge the issue without making excuses, then move to a backup option such as screenshots, a recorded demo, a sandbox environment, or a verbal walkthrough. I would continue focusing on the customer's problem and the value of the solution. After the call, I would follow up with a working demo or detailed explanation. The key is to maintain confidence and trust. 7. How do you handle a customer who says your solution is too expensive? I would first try to understand what too expensive means to the customer. Sometimes it means the price is high, but often it means they do not yet see enough value. I would ask questions about their budget, current costs, manual work, inefficiencies, and business impact. Then I would connect the solution's value to measurable outcomes like time saved, reduced errors, increased revenue, or lower operational risk. I would avoid arguing about price and instead focus on return on investment and business benefits. 8. How do you work with sales teams? I work with sales teams as a technical partner. The sales team usually understands the commercial goals and relationship history, while I support the technical discovery, demo, validation, and solution design. I make sure we are aligned before customer meetings so the demo matches the customer's priorities. During calls, I help answer technical questions and build credibility. After calls, I share feedback, risks, next steps, and technical blockers. Good teamwork between sales and solution engineering helps create a smoother customer experience and stronger deal strategy. 9. How do you handle technical objections from customers? When a customer raises a technical objection, I first listen carefully and clarify the concern. I do not dismiss the objection because it may reveal an important requirement or risk. I ask follow-up questions to understand the real issue, then explain how the solution addresses it using clear examples, documentation, or proof points. If the solution has a limitation, I am honest and explain possible workarounds or future options. Handling objections well is about building trust, not forcing the customer to accept an answer. 10. How do you prioritize multiple customer requests? I prioritize customer requests based on business impact, urgency, deal importance, technical complexity, and deadlines. I also consider whether the request affects a live opportunity, an existing customer, or a strategic account. I communicate clearly with sales, product, and implementation teams so everyone understands priorities. If 2 tasks are urgent, I clarify expectations and negotiate timelines instead of silently delaying work. A solution engineer must manage time carefully because the role often involves demos, technical responses, internal meetings, and customer follow-ups at the same time. 11. How do you learn a new product or technology quickly? When learning a new product or technology, I start with the core use cases and customer problems it solves. Then I study the product documentation, architecture, integrations, limitations, and common workflows. I ask product managers, engineers, or experienced solution engineers for practical insights. Finally, I build demo scenarios and prepare simple explanations. My goal is not just to know features, but to understand how to apply them in real customer situations. 12. How do you customize a demo for different industries? I customize demos by focusing on each industry's specific challenges, language, workflows, and success metrics. For example, a healthcare customer may care about compliance and patient data security, while a retail customer may focus on speed, inventory visibility, and customer experience. I avoid using a generic demo because customers want to see themselves in the solution. I adjust examples, data, use cases, and value points to match their environment. A personalized demo makes the product feel more relevant and increases customer confidence. 13. How do you handle a question you do not know the answer to? If I do not know the answer, I am honest and professional. I would say something like, "That is a great question. I want to confirm the details before giving you an answer." Then I would take note of the question, identify the right internal expert or documentation, and follow up with a clear response. I would never guess on an important technical topic because incorrect information can damage trust. Customers usually respect honesty when it is followed by quick and accurate follow-up. 14. How do you build trust with customers? I build trust by listening carefully, being honest, and focusing on the customer's real goals. I avoid overpromising and make sure I explain both strengths and limitations clearly. I also follow up on commitments, provide accurate information, and communicate in a way that matches the customer's technical level. Trust grows when customers feel that you are trying to solve their problem, not just sell a product. A solution engineer should be seen as a helpful advisor who understands both technology and business value. 15. What discovery questions do you ask customers? I ask questions that help uncover the customer's current situation, pain points, goals, timeline, decision process, and technical environment. For example, I may ask, what problem are you trying to solve? What systems are you currently using? What happens if this issue is not solved? And how will you measure success? I also ask about integrations, security requirements, users, budget, and implementation expectations. Good discovery questions help avoid assumptions and allow me to recommend a solution that fits the customer's actual needs. 16. How do you handle conflict between customer expectations and product limitations? I handle this situation with honesty and solution-focused communication. First, I clarify the expectation and identify why it matters to the customer. Then, I explain the product limitation clearly without making false promises. If possible, I suggest workarounds, alternative workflows, integrations, or roadmap discussions. I also involve product or engineering teams when needed. The most important thing is to protect trust. Customers may accept a limitation if they feel you are transparent, practical, and committed to helping them achieve the best possible outcome. 17. How do you measure the success of a solution engineer? The success of a solution engineer can be measured by technical win rate, demo effectiveness, customer feedback, deal support, response quality, and the ability to remove technical blockers. However, success is not only about closing deals. It also includes how well the solution engineer understands customer needs, communicates value, supports internal teams, and creates realistic solution expectations. A successful solution engineer helps customers make confident decisions while protecting long-term customer satisfaction. Strong discovery, accurate demos, and trusted technical guidance are key measures of success. 18. How do you manage pressure during important customer meetings? I manage pressure by preparing well, staying calm, and focusing on the customer's goals. Before important meetings, I review the agenda, technical requirements, likely objections, and demo flow. During the meeting, I listen carefully and avoid rushing my answers. If something unexpected happens, I pause, clarify, and respond thoughtfully. I believe confidence comes from preparation, but professionalism comes from how you react under pressure. Customers appreciate calm communication, especially when discussing technical risks, deadlines, or business-critical decisions. 19. How do you explain APIs or integrations to a customer? I explain APIs and integrations by first understanding what the customer wants to connect and why. Then I describe the integration in simple terms, such as how data moves between systems, what triggers the exchange, and what outcome the customer should expect. I avoid unnecessary technical jargon unless I am speaking with developers. I may use a diagram or example workflow to make it clearer. I also discuss authentication, data format, security, error handling, and implementation responsibilities when the customer needs deeper technical details. 20. How do you handle security-related questions from customers? Security questions must be handled carefully and accurately. I first identify the specific concern, such as data privacy, access control, encryption, compliance, authentication, or hosting. Then I provide clear information based on official documentation, security policies, or approved responses. If the question is highly detailed, I involve the security team or provide formal security documents. I never guess on security matters because customers rely on accurate answers. A good solution engineer should make customers feel informed, protected, and confident in the solution security approach. 21. Describe a time you solved a difficult customer problem. In a strong answer, I would describe a situation where a customer had a complex requirement or technical blocker. I would explain how I listened to the problem, gathered details, analyzed the root cause, and worked with internal teams to find a practical solution. I would also mention how I communicated updates to the customer and managed expectations. The best example should show problem-solving, teamwork, patience, and ownership. I would end by sharing the result, such as improved customer confidence, a successful demo, or a closed deal. 22. How do you balance technical accuracy with sales goals? I believe technical accuracy and sales goals should support each other. A deal may close faster with exaggerated claims, but that can create serious problems later. My approach is to explain the solution's value clearly while staying honest about capabilities, requirements, and limitations. I work with sales teams to position the product strongly without overpromising. This builds customer trust and reduces risk during implementation. In the long term, accurate technical guidance leads to better customer relationships, smoother onboarding, and stronger business results. 23. How do you respond when a competitor offers a similar solution? I would avoid criticizing the competitor directly. Instead, I would ask the customer what matters most to them and compare based on their priorities, such as ease of use, integration, support, scalability, security, implementation time, or total cost of ownership. Then I would highlight our strengths with evidence, examples, and customer-relevant value. The goal is not to attack the competitor, but to show why our solution is a better fit for the customer's specific needs. Professional comparison builds more trust than negative selling. 24. What skills are most important for a solution engineer? The most important skills for a solution engineer are technical knowledge, communication, discovery, problem-solving, customer empathy, presentation skills, and business understanding. Technical ability is important, but it is not enough. A solution engineer must translate technical features into business value and explain solutions clearly to different audiences. They also need strong listening skills to understand customer pain points. Time management, teamwork with sales, and confidence during demos are also essential. The best solution engineers combine technical depth with practical customer-facing communication. 25. Why should we hire you as a solution engineer? You should hire me because I bring a strong combination of technical understanding, customer communication, and problem-solving ability. I can quickly understand customer needs, explain solutions clearly, and support sales teams with reliable technical guidance. I am comfortable speaking with both business leaders and technical teams, and I focus on creating value rather than simply listing features. I also stay calm under pressure, prepare carefully for demos, and follow up professionally. My goal is to help customers trust the solution and make confident decisions. A solution engineer interview is your chance to show that you are more than a technical expert. You must prove that you can listen to customers, understand business problems, explain solutions clearly, handle objections, and support the sales process with confidence. The best answers show a balance of technical knowledge, communication skills, honesty, and customer focus. Practice these 25 questions carefully and personalize the answers with your own experience, tools, products, and achievements. When you answer with real examples and clear value, you will stand out as a strong solution engineer candidate.